Imagine getting that from your wife.
Are you 14? Do I disrespect you like that?
I like you say, yeah, you need to have communication. Yeah, well, you can just talk to each other, see what you like. Give a man that fucking marriage over. I don't give a
From what I've seen and from what I've heard, Aladin straight up just looks like a
No, man. No, it doesn't work like that, really. Then you are not a man.
Aladin gets catfished by Laura on 90 Day Fiancé, and fans have a lot to say. Before I get into the story, I just want to put out a disclaimer. Please do not send any hate to Laura and Aladin Jalali or anyone else involved in this story. This video is simply meant to report on the news and give some insight on the situation. The TLC show 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days follows couples with an existing online relationship who have not started the K-1 visa process, a non-immigrant visa for the international fiancé. One partner visits the other partner's foreign country, and the couple must decide if they want to get married and start the K-1 visa process. We've covered an infamous couple from this franchise before, Ed and Rose, but today we're talking about a different couple, Laura and Aladin. Laura, who is originally from Toronto, Canada, is a 51-year-old single mother that lives in Eustis, Florida. She lives with her 21-year-old son, Liam. Aladin, who is originally from Tunisia, Africa, is a 29-year-old personal trainer who lives and works in Qatar. The two met on social media after Aladin noticed Laura's profile and sent her a message. They began talking to each other for about a year, and Laura said they developed a strong bond during their conversations. Aladin then asked Laura to come visit him in Qatar. Laura agreed and flew to Qatar to meet Aladin. 3 days after meeting him, Aladin proposed to Laura in a coffee shop and she accepted. Throughout the relationship, the couple had some prominent issues. One thing fans noticed is how Laura made herself appear different in photos compared to how she actually looked. When she arrived at the airport in Qatar, Aladin noticed her different appearance. I haven't seen Laura for 6 months now. Laura, she looked a little bit different. She gained some weight, you know, so it's okay. Despite the difference, Aladin wasn't upset and was still happy to see Laura. Fans believed Aladin faked his reaction. She catfished the hell out of him. She did him wrong with those pictures. She gained some weight, but it's okay. Fake smile. She gained some weight, you know? Pause. It's okay. Looks into the distance sadly. Laura and Aladin have a 22-year age gap. Laura has said she's had insecurities because of the age difference and has a hard time trusting Aladin because of her past experiences with men. Laura's friends also were shocked when they learned about the age difference. When Laura's friend asked if Aladin was actually 29 years old, Laura responded, "Who wouldn't want a 29-year-old?" Laura's friend pointed out how close in age Aladin is to Laura's son. This is not real. I mean, you're beautiful, but what in the world? He's only 9 years older than your son. While Laura and her friends seem to have an issue with the age difference, Aladin does not seem to be bothered. He said he chose Laura because he loves her. And I have a lot of girlfriend before, but then I meet my wife Laura. She make me happy, and sometimes make me crazy. Some people, you know, they would argue because she is more older than you, but she is what I like. Blue eyes and the blonde. I chose Laura because I love her. Fans had mixed reactions to the age difference. Imagine Aladin is your crush, seeing your crush dating Granny instead of you. A lot of young men like older women. Despite everything, I think Aladin actually likes her. Only time will tell. Laura has said she has been cheated on in her past marriage and as a result has a hard time trusting men. I was married for 8 years and our marriage ended because my husband was unfaithful to me. Aladin said Laura's past marriage has taken a toll on their relationship and has made her insecure when it comes to trust. Sometimes she gets jealous. Not sometimes, always she jealous. Sometimes, you know, I need to send her picture for I show her I am with who, you know? She have a problem for trust, you know, because she takes things from her old experience and she put on me now. Aladin has blocked Laura on social media because she is jealous over Aladin's new followers. I blocked her this week, man. Social media, oh my god. This is the problem always between us, you know? Every new follower I have, we argue about, especially when it is female side, you know? Look, for example, I showed her that I blocked this girl, Rama, and she asked, who is this one? And who's this one? Oh god. So sometimes when we get in a big fight, I give her a little block for like 1-2 days. While shopping for a wedding dress in Qatar, Laura became jealous when Aladin was speaking to the employee. When I'm in the change room and I hear him carrying on, I don't know if it's just me or what, but it seems like there's this flirtatious conversations going back and forth between them, so it's kind of insecure. Especially when I don't know a word that they're saying. It's kind of a weird situation. Fans found the blocking situation funny and noticed that Aladin seemed to have more chemistry with the employee at the store. I shouldn't find this funny, but him blocking her is freaking hilarious. I think it's the way he said it, ha ha ha. Kinda sweet, like an experienced father educating his toddler child. His block game is strong. Too damn funny. She calmed down, you know. He has more chemistry with the woman working at the dress shop. When the sales lady and Aladin has more chemistry than her fiancé. Another issue in their relationship is the cultural differences. Aladin is Muslim and was raised in a more conservative culture compared to Laura. One of the issues brought up with Laura involves wedding traditions. Laura disliked the fact that she had to wear a white dress and a lot of jewelry for their wedding. With this wedding, there's things that have to be done proper and traditional. Night number 1, I get to wear a dress of my choice. The second night, I get to wear literally about 50 pounds of gold around my neck. And then night number 3, dress has to be white. The dress thing is so not my cup of tea. Aladin said the white dress is important to him and his family's tradition. Laura don't want to wear a white dress because she tell me in America, we wear whatever we want, you know? I tell her, we are not in America. This is our tradition, so you need to wear a white dress. Another cultural issue that was brought up is alcohol. In Qatar, the laws surrounding alcohol are much more strict. It's illegal to drink alcohol or be drunk in public. Alcohol is only available in licensed hotel restaurants and bars. Anyone living in Qatar can only obtain alcohol if they have a permit. Laura and Aladin began to argue when Laura decided to make wine in their home. The drinking in Qatar, it's not allowed here. We are not in, I don't know, in US or where, it's not allowed here. Do you want to go to jail or make problem for me? If anyone from the neighbors see this, they will call police for us. If something not legal, they don't care you are American. You can't make here at home. This is the rules. Laura said, your rules suck. Fans were upset at Laura's lack of respect for Aladin's culture. Imagine someone came to your house and started cooking meth, LMAO. She's acting like it's just him trying to control her. Girl, it's illegal. He's literally trying to not go to jail. Why do none of these Americans respect anyone's cultures on this show? You married him, so respect his wishes and culture. If you can't, then find a guy in the good old US of A. Because of Aladin's conservative upbringing, Laura has said she is unsatisfied in the bedroom. I hate to say this, he's Arabic, and they have a very different version of intimacy than we do. It's a lot about pleasing them, but not so much about pleasing the lady. Laura decided to buy an adult toy and book for Aladin to encourage him to be more adventurous in the bedroom. Aladin was upset with her. What's that? Maybe, I don't know, the man's there, they not enough for you, but here you are okay. Don't worry. I feel like, disrespect when she give me this. I can be enough for her, 10 like Laura. Aladin asked Laura to throw away the adult toy and she agreed. I'll do it if we can try different things in the bedroom. I will get rid of the purple thing and we will compromise. However, Laura later told one of the show's producers she was not going to throw out the adult toy. I'm not going to throw it out, come on. I lied! Fans were unhappy with the way Laura was treating Aladin. In Aladin's culture, it's disrespectful, and they don't talk about like Americans do. She shouldn't have lied about getting rid of it. I understand her need, but she needs to understand his culture. If you are not willing to be restricted in certain things, then don't be with an Arab man. Simple as that. She was disrespectful to him and his culture. They should go separate ways. Laura knew Aladin wanted to have children and start a family. However, she did not tell him if she could actually bear another child. I know he would like to have children. My fear has always been if he can't have a child with me, someday he could meet a woman that could give him a baby and make him walk away from our marriage. So yeah, it's back there in my mind. Laura's son Liam confronted Aladin about Laura having another child. Liam told Aladin he did not want Aladin and Laura to have a child and said Laura is too old to give birth. Liam also said Laura told him that Aladin wasn't interested in having children. She told me that you were not interested in having kids at all. She told me that. She likes to keep secrets like that. After having several major issues with Laura in Qatar, Aladin seemed to have blocked Laura and refused to talk to her. This is how their last conversation went. Laura asked, "Aladin, can you please handle this maturely and not with so much hate?" Aladin replied, listen, don't make like you are the victim here. We already talk. So for me, it's over. I'm not here to explaining or I know what you do and you know already what you are doing. Laura said, what I did, it doesn't deserve a divorce, Aladin. Aladin replied, it's deserved. It's a game, you know, for you. See how you just laugh just because you don't care. When I care about you before, you just disrespect me, okay? You don't care from the beginning. Laura said, I would like you to kind of just soften up a bit and not be so hard and hateful. Aladin replied, F off and don't text me anymore or don't call me. Laura said, F you. Fans have mostly supported Aladin. She repeatedly publicly humiliated him after he treated her like a queen. The couple's reunion, when she tried to villainize him, was the last straw. She didn't realize what she had. It was her using him. Glad he left her. He's so handsome and so sweet. He deserves so much better. People keep saying he did it for a green card when he had her move, they stayed there, and still lives in Qatar probably. To those who is so dumb to think all he wanted were a green card, come on, she was using him, not vice versa. After the huge argument, fans didn't know if Aladin and Laura ended their relationship for good. Fast forward to a year later. Laura recently announced on Instagram Live that she and Aladin are officially divorced and she was single.
My current relationship status with Aladin is we are officially divorced as of 12 p.m. our time. So I am now single. If there's any men who want to put a ring on it, I will judge the diamond size and the quality. But yeah, totally, come on, DM me, show me the ring, let's get jiggy with it. I am a single lady. It's over. See you later. Thanks for the ride. Hasta la vista, baby.
Laura also said Aladin may have cheated on her during their relationship.
We both agreed to go on the show. One thing I said to Aladin prior was, please don't do me wrong. Don't pull a Muhammad on me where once we go on TV, you're going to have all these women inundating you, wanting to marry you, wanting to hook up with you. I'm not going to go on TV with you if you are going to eventually leave me for somebody younger, more beautiful. I mean, hello. He's a hottie. I'm an older woman, so I just need you to be completely honest with me in regards to this. Like, is being on the show going to end our marriage? And he promised me upside and down, no. I promise you, Laura, you're the love of my life. I will not cheat on you. Doesn't matter how many women send me things, whatever, I am faithful to you. And sure enough, that's what happened. He's got inundated by a ton of women. I mean, he was already engaged 6 months after our tell-all. So in that regards, he wasn't the most faithful man.
That seems to be the end of the drama for now. Overall, this was a very complicated relationship consisting of trust issues, lack of communication, and cultural differences. Laura explained she has trust issues because she experienced infidelity after an 8-year marriage. Infidelity can be a very painful experience that's hard to heal from. It's important to communicate with your partner about your past so they can understand how to be there for you. When you explain that your brain naturally resorts to worst-case scenarios, he or she can make the choice to be more sensitive to your emotional needs or take extra steps to make you feel secure. However, it's also important to work on healing on your own. Your healing and emotional management is not the sole responsibility of your partner. It's also necessary to work on seeing this relationship as a new and unique partnership. You must make the decision not to allow past infidelity, deception, and other misbehavior to poison your view of all future partners. Laura's past experience points to a bigger issue of lack of trust, which can be very damaging in a relationship. Psychologist Linda Blair explains, a lack of trust can manifest in controlling and paranoid behavior. For example, asking your partner to see their phone or to check their messages or social media accounts is a controlling habit that will eventually lead to your partner being defensive as you are invading their privacy. And as we saw, Laura was exhibiting similar behavior by constantly checking Aladin's social media account and interrogating questioning him about the women following him. While Aladin did not handle the situation very well, there are ways for Laura to work on her lack of trust. Dr. Blair suggests working on building your own self-confidence to help rebuild your sense of trust in others. Most people who don't trust also don't have confidence, so you have to check your self-confidence. If you know you're good and worthwhile, it's easier to trust that someone will think so too. There was also a huge problem with communication between Aladin and Laura. Instead of communicating with Laura and reassuring her there was nothing to worry about, Aladin would block Laura on social media, essentially cutting off communication. This is extremely unhealthy and continues to feed into Laura's insecure behavior. Aladin and Laura were also an intercultural couple. Aladin is Muslim and Laura does not specify her religion. Throughout the show, we saw Laura argue with Aladin about wedding traditions and laws surrounding alcohol. It's important to learn and respect your partner's culture before traveling to their country and making life-changing decisions. According to psychology professor David Ludden, intercultural marriages can work, but couples need to have an open attitude toward cultural differences and a willingness to compromise. By becoming aware of our own assumptions and biases, we develop a more accepting stance toward other ways of thinking and doing things. In the end, the couple got divorced and Aladin has allegedly moved on with a new woman. What did you think about Laura and Aladin's relationship? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, hit the like button. To keep up on all the tea, consider subscribing to the channel.